Hey guys, we're Team 3, and we did our SAP presentation on Comcast corporations. My name's Adam Lau, and the other presenters are going to be Mark Schmidt and Taylor Kopnitsky, and the other members of our group include Eric Friedman, RJ Barris, and Dee Tran. Some topics we're going to be discussing in our presentation are a quick overview of the company and its recent history, and that will be discussed by Taylor Kopnitsky. Then we'll move to an external and internal analysis of the various divisions of the company, and that will be discussed by Mark Schmidt. And then we'll move right into our recommendation, which I will handle and discuss and talk about its implementation and its impact on our company.
So now we're going to go into sort of a company background of the Comcast Corporation. Comcast participates in about 7 lines of business. Their cable TV and internet provider, as well as their home phone service, can all be bundled together in most market regions. They bring them all together under the brand name Xfinity. They also participate in cable network programming, as well as home security provider, which they're starting to get more into now. And as of 2009, they are now in the movie production and theme park industries with a recent acquisition of NBC Universal. So Comcast originated in 1963 in Tupelo, Mississippi. They started under the name American Broadcasting Company with the vision to consolidate cable providing companies across the nation under one brand name. They wanted to go in with their business model and really take over smaller cable providers and kind of bring them all together under one network. They quickly realized that this wasn't going to be able to happen in Tupelo, Mississippi, in the middle of nowhere where the original owner was from, so they moved their corporation up to Pennsylvania to try and target the northeastern markets. Once they got up there and got started, they really began expanding really quick and getting into cable network providing. They started the creation of Sportsnet, which is in the New York region, and they partnered with the New York Mets as well as Time Warner Cable to bring it together and create a market where they could start their beginnings in the industry of cable networks. After this, they started going in and creating other cable networks such as E, Style Channel, and the Golf Channel. They really loved this idea, which sort of led later into the fact of them acquiring NBC Universal from GE. So whenever Comcast did purchase NBC Universal in late 2009, this brought them into the movie production and theme park industry with the acquisition of Universal Studios. This provided very beneficial for them because Universal Studios has been a very solid company over the last 100 years. They actually just celebrated their 100th year anniversary back in 2011. And bringing this in, they can have free advertising basically on their cable networks as well with their movies that are upcoming, so it's free promotion. You can cut costs that way. The other thing that they do whenever they acquired NBC Universal is they really got more in depth into the cable network provider industry because they acquired different networks such as NBC, MSNBC, CNBC, and all the other cable networks that NBC owns. Comcast is also looking to add a new 4th service to their already current triple play bundle pack. Right now it's mainly just cable television, the home phone service, and also their cable internet provider. They're looking to add a 4th in home security. They're going into doing that by making sure that they're having a monitored burglary detection center at all times, as well as a fire detection center where they have customer service there 24/7. They're also looking into doing a new thing which is pretty innovative for their industry in general, is called home automation. There's been talks of this in the past where people thought they were going to be able to come up with this technology in the near future, and Comcast has actually been one of the first pioneers to be able to bring this technology into a larger corporation for the general public. This service that they're bringing is home automation, and what you can do is actually go in through your smartphone or to your tablet when you're not even at home and go in and adjust the heat. Maybe if you forgot to turn a light off, you can go and just do that straight from your phone. And you can also make sure that you're checking up on people either at home. You can see if anybody's either in your house through video surveillance in your living room. Maybe you can check up on pets, anything of that nature. By using this new technology, you're really able to go in and make sure that your home is secure at all times. There hasn't been really any feedback from this project yet because it's a very new project and that they're just testing right now and starting to really get into this current fiscal year. But here's actually a commercial that we're going to go and show for you that's going to go in and actually demonstrate the new technology and innovation that they're bringing to the home security division.
What if you could see your kids get home safely without actually being there? Imagine turning on the lights in your home from somewhere else. Introducing Xfinity Home Security, only from Comcast, a new state-of-the-art security service that helps safeguard your home with 24/7 professional monitoring. Call 1-800-XFINITY and experience the future of home security with our advanced network that can alert the proper authorities in case of an emergency and puts reassurance in the palm of your hand. From text and email alerts to remote alarm and light controls and remote video monitoring, Xfinity Home Security from Comcast keeps you more connected to your home and family, whether you're there or not. Sign up now for the Xfinity Home Security Preferred Package to get over $1,100 worth of equipment included and free activation. Plus, save up to 20% on your homeowner's insurance. Connect with greater peace of mind today. Call 1-800-XFINITY.
2 years ago previously, when the Winter Olympic Games were around, Comcast had already acquired NBC, so they took this time to be able to really market their new product, which was the Xfinity brand name. They were going into all their old places where they had internet and cable provider already set up, and they were rewiring everything, making sure everything was faster, better, the newest technology, because this is when Verizon Fios was really coming onto the scene, and they really wanted to be able to have a sustainable competitive advantage, so they tried to boost their brand name and keep that going. So they utilized, once again, like I said, the acquisition from NBC Universal. They utilized the free marketing because the Olympics were actually broadcast on NBC. So they used that to be able to really go in and market their new product of Xfinity for free. Now, after this company background, we're going to go in with Mark Schmidt and talk about external and internal analysis.
Now I'd like to speak about the internal analysis of Comcast, starting with cable communications. Cable communications is in a medium to highly competitive industry, and Comcast envisions to effectively implement many strategies in order to create and sustain competitive advantages and to remain successful and profitable. Comcast continuously implements strategies pursuing both backward vertical integration and cost leadership. They do this by capitalizing on its economies of scale, often through packaging services together and maximizing product offerings through a single infrastructure, unlike any other competitor. Comcast continuously uses marketing to increase its brand awareness and loyalty. Additionally, Comcast focuses on service quality while increasing its customer base and supplier networks in order to decrease the bargaining power of customers and suppliers. All of these strategies fit Comcast goals and allow them to consistently outperform their competitors, including Time Warner Cable and Dish Network. The second sector is cable networks. Comcast has a high acquisition rate and consistently focuses on backwards vertical integration. Comcast does this by purchasing a lot of regional networks, as well as buying most acquisitions in cash. Also, Comcast is beginning to create their own TV networks, in addition to controlling all aspects, beginning from the suppliers of the ones they already own. The final segment is broadcast TV. Comcast maintains rare and valuable resources in its broadcast television segment. Some of these resources involve unique human resources and expensive production equipment. Furthermore, Comcast produces its own programming, so just as Harlequin, a case that we covered in class, Comcast was able to create cost disadvantages for competitors so that they could not print and distribute their own products. Lastly, Comcast has created a competitive advantage by vertically integrating their programming process. Now I'd like to speak about the external analysis for Comcast. Comcast has a medium threat of substitutes. This is a result of the various alternatives that exist, such as online websites and on-demand programming. These offer services similar to those offered by Comcast television broadcast segment, though often for less or no price at all. Additionally, independent media producers can offer customers programming of similar quality as established film entertainment producers and cable networks. Comcast has a medium to low bargaining power of suppliers because their infrastructure allows for undifferentiated programming. Comcast is able to produce materials from suppliers at relatively low prices. Moreover, increasing amounts of backwards and vertical integration leads to less need for suppliers, as production is being done in-house through their film production segment. Comcast has a low threat of entry. Barriers to entry for all segments include high entry costs, as cable communications, cable networks, film entertainment, broadcast television, and amusement parks all have high costs of entry. Comcast has high industry competition. There is a small amount of large, powerful competitors, including Time Warner, Cox, Verizon Communications, and AT&T. As a result of the smaller amount of competitors, the product offerings between competitors remain relatively undifferentiated. Comcast has medium bargaining power of buyers. This is due to undifferentiated cable services previously discussed. Furthermore, specific customer expectations for cable programming limit cable providers' ability to differentiate programming offerings. Overall, Comcast has medium competitive force in this industry.